Today I wanted to share a deep topic about separation anxiety because I feel a little drained. I feel a little tired. And what I'm noticing, I think, is really profound. And I think it's a really good learning for everyone who has a dog with separation anxiety. A lot of times I get a call, and some people are just really desperate to have a quick fix. I want my dog to be able to be calm, immediately so that I can go to work and not feel stressed. Well, I'm going to tell you something in a way that I want to empower you. And the and it might not be something that you want to hear, but your dog is not in charge of how you feel. So if you're feeling, stressed out, that your dog is going to feel stressed while you're at work, it's not your dog's responsibility to start being more calm and relaxed so you can feel better about going to work. Does that make sense? So, like, for instance, today, like, my daughter was just like taking a long time with getting ready for school, and I started feeling all this anxiety. She actually was late for school today, and I realized that I got on the verge of wanting to yell, and then I was like, she's not responsible for how I feel for the fact that she's chosen to be late for school. I have to be responsible for how I feel. So, yes, you want to do training. Yes, you want to help your dog be more relaxed. Yes, you want to do things that are going to help your dog feel more stressed. But what you don't want to do is expect that your dog is going to feel a certain way so that you feel better, because then you're giving your power away. So I wanted to talk today about, as you're doing the training with your dog, you want to realign yourself, because if your dog has severe separation anxiety, if it's on the severe end where they're drooling, having accidents, destroying things in your house, it's going to take a decent amount of time for them to start being more relaxed. And the more stressed out your dog is, generally the longer it's going to take for them to start relaxing. That's not always true. It's not always that black and white. But you do want to realize that it's a journey. So if it's going to be this journey in this process, how can you actually be in a space of allowing, be in a space of possibility, be in a space of wondering, be in the space of love as you're going through this process to yourself and to your dog? Can you allow it to be a win-win situation instead of, I need to control you so that I feel better, right? So how do you go out by doing that? Well, first you want to look at what are some things that can help you feel better. Knowing the tools can help you feel better to start doing the training, and then also being aware of how you can actually be in the moment and enjoy the training process. So instead of looking into the future and being like, okay, what is this going to look like tomorrow, or I need to get to this end goal, it becomes, how can I enjoy this training moment with my dog? And if you've watched any of the other videos, that's great. If you haven't, that's okay too, but I would recommend that you do if you have a dog that has separation anxiety. One thing I talked about was creating a commitment or intention statement. So your commitment or intention statement could be something like this: I intend to enjoy my training with my dog, or I intend to be in the moment as I train my dog, or I intend to create a teamwork training process together. My commitment is happiness as I train my dog. So figuring out that energy, right? So that you're no longer at the effect of what your dog is doing. And then from there, putting in some tools to help your dog feel less stressed is really important. And if your dog is more on the severe end and you're constantly leaving for work, like I've talked about before, and they're stressed out, then you're going to undo the training process. So you're going to want to help them feel relaxed when you're not around. And that's different for everybody. I worked with many clients that have struggled with separation anxiety. Some of them will find a caregiver that their dog can be with during the day. That could be a daycare, or someone else to watch their dog, a friend or a family member. Or sometimes people will work from home, or they'll leave their dog with their significant other that is able to be with the dog. Sometimes having a sitter that comes to the house, or a sitter that you can have your dog at, because you don't want your dog having a panic attack every day if you can avoid it. That's something you can control. You can't necessarily control how your dog is feeling, but you can control the environment and the context that you put up. So you might ask yourself this question, especially if that feels really hard for you. How can I go to work and help my dog be in an environment where my dog feels safe? So notice I said in an environment because the training end takes time. You're not going to get there in a week or overnight. If your dog's on the minor end, you might get there in a few months. If it's on the severe end, it might, take 6 months to a year. So you really want to be able to be in this space where you allow yourself to have extra support. So you could also ask yourself the question of, I wonder how I could allow more support in my life for me and my dog so that my dog can be in an environment where my dog feels more relaxed while I'm at work. And then when you come home from work, that's when you can do the training protocols that I'm talking about to slowly get your dog acclimated to the point that they can be home alone. If you really are in that sense of urgency and it's really hard for you to get out of it, I'd really recommend that you comment below so that I can help you through it. There are certain energetic processes that you can do yourself to kind of help your nervous system to relax. But also, working with a trainer such as myself can help you have that support so you're not feeling so alone. And also talking to your veterinarian and getting your dog on medication. Now, medication is not for every dog and for every dog owner. But I will say, that is something that you can control, right? You can't control how your dog feels, but you can control the medication you put them on and the dosage, etc. So putting your dog on medication can take away some of that urgency for you because it could decrease your dog's stress level enough that it can be home with somebody else and not be stressed, or just alone altogether and not be having a full-blown panic attack, just minorly stressed that it doesn't affect the training protocol that you're doing as much. So I also want to talk about today, when you're talking to the veterinarian about medication, what do you want to talk to them about? So first of all, you definitely want to talk to them about your dog's stress level. What is your dog's behaviors what is the behavior that your dog is doing when you're not at home? So whining, drooling, pulling, hair out of its skin, pacing, barking, destroying things, pee, poop accidents, drooling, shaking, giving your vet a clear description on that behavior. And then asking them what medication that they would recommend to start with. Tell them that whatever your goal is that you would like to have, but come from a place of non-attachment, because we don't know if that medication is going to work. Sometimes you have to try a few different medications before you find one that works for you. So again, you want to try to enjoy the process as best you can. And the best way to do that is to just be in the moment. To just be in the moment and think about things that you're grateful for. I'm grateful that I have a vet that can help me. I'm grateful for the connection of my dog that I do have. I'm grateful for the conversation that I'm having with Joanna right now or with the vet right now. Coming from that place of gratitude in the moment. And then when you're talking to the vet, you want to get clear on the type of medication that they're giving you. Is it a medication that requires daily usage, or is it a medication that you're just going to do in the short term, only on the days that you go to work? So you want to get clear on that. That's kind of like the half-life. Definitely, if it's a medication that you're giving every day, then it's probably one that's going to build up in the system and take a longer time for it to start having effect. And also, if you end up taking your dog off of it, then you have to taper off of it and make sure you talk to your vet about that too, so that you don't deal with the side effects of that medication. And you also want to ask your vet, how long they think it's going to take for your dog to start feeling more relaxed, and what side effects should you be looking out for. Your vets are very busy and they might not always think about answering all those questions for you. Your vet is awesome. Remember that, but they have a lot on their plate. So They're not going to know every question that you're going to want to know. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're doing the separation training protocol, you're going to want to ask them like how long it's going to be that your dog is going to be taking this medication before it starts feeling more relaxed. Is it just a few hours because it's a short-lived medication, or is it going to take 3 weeks to a month? Like some of those medications take longer. So make sure you ask about that. And I definitely would also ask the question of what time of day is the best time to give this medication, okay? So if you're using it for training purposes, then you would want to know how long is it going to be before my dog starts feeling relaxed that on that particular day when I give the medication, right? So once it builds up in the system, that doesn't really have a lot of effect. But some of those short-term medications, it really can take a few hours or half hour or so before it really kicks in. So you'd want to think, okay, I need to know that so that I'm making sure that I'm giving it to my dog an hour before I go to work or an hour before I start doing the training so that the medication has time to kick in before I start doing the training. And then I would highly advise, unless your vet says something different, that you schedule a follow-up appointment to make sure that the medication is working, to make sure you have support with the dosage of the medication and you have good conversation on is this medication working for you and your dog. And then you want to keep having follow-ups until you feel like that you're at the dosage and the type of medication that's needed. I'm not going to go over the different types of medication because that's not my expertise. I'm a dog trainer. I'm not a medical profession. That's your vet's job to do that. If you are with the animal care veterinary hospitals, they're very, very good. And in fact, Dr. Madsen, if he is your vet, I've had numerous conversations with him via text message. So if you're working with me or you want to work with me, I can, and that's your vet, or even a different vet at the animal care center, I'm willing to talk to them and have an actual conversation to make sure that we're all on the same page and helping things have forward motion for you. So post in the comments below so I know what you guys are thinking so I can help you best. Remember, let go of that responsibility on taking on your dog's emotions and also the responsibility of how you feel in regards to how your dog feels, right? Just be in charge of your emotions, not your dog's over here. So as a result, you have to feel this way. Don't let your environment control your emotions. Give yourself your power back. Be in the moment, focus on gratitude, enjoy the journey, come up with a commitment and intention statement, and get support if you need it. And if you do want support, I can help you. I love working with separation anxiety. I do it all online through Zoom because when I come to the house, the dog's excited to see me and I really need a relaxed environment. When we have the screen up and I can see your dog, that's where we can get your dog to start zenning out and get bored and create forward progress. I have a link below that you can click on so that you can learn more about how I can help you, and we can even set up a free phone chat. All right, guys, there's more to come. So take in all these separation anxiety goodies and have a great day. Bye-bye.